NBC has announced plans for a spin-off to the hit series Suits. It will focus on Meghan Markle's character's struggle to balance her legal career while also caring for an unemployed immigrant.
The 60 Minutes interview was a great chance to hear Harry and Meghan's story, in case you missed their 2-hour sit-down with Oprah or their 6-part Netflix documentary.
So, yeah, we're hoping the ketchups and mustards are going to be sold at Whole Foods, which, would be huge. Oh, and they're all organic, in case anyone was wondering.
We weren't.
Now for the tricky part. Place in microwave. What is microwave? I don't think we have any of that.
Are you fucking dumb?
It's a microwave, silly.
Don't talk to me like that, you bitch! I'm a fucking duchess! Shake that off!
Oh!
When Meghan Markle married Prince Harry, the world celebrated a modern fairy tale. American actress meets British prince. Love conquers tradition. Except the fairy tale crumbled faster than anyone expected. Once the cameras stayed on long enough, everyone saw through the performance. Now she's become Hollywood's favorite punchline. Award shows, comedy specials, late night TV, they all line up to take shots. Today we're counting down every celebrity who publicly disrespected Meghan Markle, starting with Joe Coy at the Golden Globes.
Turns out Prince Harry and Meghan Markle will still get paid millions of dollars for doing absolutely nothing. And that's just by Netflix.
Netflix paying millions for nothing became the industry's inside joke. Even streaming executives know they got scammed. But Joe Coy was just warming up the crowd. British comedians had been waiting for their turn. Jimmy Carr caught the feminist contradiction nobody else would touch.
I said Meghan Markle is, of course, a lifelong feminist, which she's demonstrated by marrying a prince and giving up her job.
Fighting for women's rights until a prince shows interest, then suddenly careers don't matter anymore.
The royal family, right, if you can imagine, they're like our Kardashian. Prince Harry is very much our Kanye. He occasionally dresses as a Nazi, and he f***ed up.
Comparing them to the Kardashians actually insults the Kardashians. At least they built their own empire.
Harry and Meghan say they'd now like to split their time between spending your money in the UK and spending your money in Canada.
The entitlement to demand taxpayer money while living abroad broke British politeness. Even Jimmy Carr couldn't joke around it. And once the Brits opened the door, American late night jumped in. Colin Jost made sure America knew exactly what they were getting.
President Trump also announced a new trade deal with the UK that will reopen British markets for American companies. All that Britain demands in return is that we keep these two.
No! No! I refuse! I'm sick of it!
Trump's worst deal might have been keeping these two. Even he couldn't negotiate them back to Britain.
Elon built electric cars. He's going to Mars. Why isn't he even involving himself with Twitter? It would be like if the Prince of England gave it all up just to marry an actor from Suits.
Comparing Harry's choice to Elon's Twitter purchase is brutal. At least Twitter had value once.
NBC has announced plans for a spin-off to the hit series Suits. It will focus on Meghan Markle's character's struggle to balance her legal career while also caring for an unemployed immigrant.
SNL turned Harry's actual life into a sitcom pitch. And the scary part is, they didn't need to exaggerate anything. When comedy writers can use your real life as their punchline without changing a thing, you've already lost. But if comedians were taking shots, Kelly Osbourne went for the knockout.
I think Harry's a twat. He's a whining, whinging, complaining, woe is me, I'm the only one that's ever had mental problems.
The mental health card only works if you're not exploiting it for profit. Kelly called the grift immediately.
Like, my life was so hard. Everybody's life is hard.
Yeah,
you were the prince of a goddamn country who dressed up as a fucking Nazi, and now you're trying to come back as the Pope? Suck it.
Trying to reinvent yourself as a saint doesn't work when Google exists. The internet never forgets Nazi costumes. But some comedians went deeper than just calling out the obvious contradictions. Trevor Noah actually started as one of Meghan's defenders, which made his turn even more brutal.
And I know some people are disappointed by the name Archie, but there's one person who's super excited, the Queen. Yeah, because for the last 9 months, she's been like, please don't be Jamal, please don't be Jamal, please don't be Jamal.
Trevor was making jokes at the royal family's expense, not Meghan's. He was giving her every benefit of the doubt.
Queen summoned everyone to a private meeting. Everyone attended except Meghan Markle. And I'll be honest, I don't blame Meghan for not going, because nothing good happens when white people invite you to the countryside. We've all seen Get Out. We know how this shit ends.
Give me those keys. Rose, now! Now, the keys! Oh, be careful, bro.
You know I can't give you the keys, right, babe?
Still defending her, comparing royal summons to horror movies, Trevor was on her side completely until he saw this.
Prince Harry really did that. At a movie premiere last year, he asked the CEO of Disney to hook his wife up with voiceovers.
Harry begging Disney executives for voiceover work at a movie premiere. That's when Trevor realized what was really happening. The hustle was too obvious to ignore.
You gotta admit, the monarchy has fallen off, right? No, because back in the day, it used to be like, if you marry my daughter, I'll give you Burgundy.
Royal marriages used to trade kingdoms and shift global power. Now it's begging for cartoon gigs. The downgrade hit different when Trevor spelled it out.
And now it's like, my wife actually does a pretty good Timon. You should hear her. Come on, baby, do the thing. Hakuna Matata, do the thing.
The Lion King audition became the perfect metaphor, from empire building to voice acting demos. Trevor's disappointment was worse than any attack. Speaking of reading people perfectly, Nikki Glaser diagnosed Meghan's entire game plan in seconds.
She wants to be famous. She found the guy to make her the most famous in the world, and now she's over there and she's like, oh, this isn't what I thought
What's
it
the
was.
point of being famous in a castle every day?
Meghan wanted fame, found the one person who could guarantee it globally, then acted surprised when palace life wasn't Instagram friendly. Nikki saw through the whole performance.
If she didn't marry him, she would be on The Bachelor this season, fighting for Prince. She would be Megan M. from Sherman Oaks barista. She just got lucky.
Without Harry, she's contestant number 12, trying to get a rose. The royal marriage saved her from reality TV obscurity. Nikki said what everyone was thinking, but too polite to say. Then Simon Brodkin did something nobody else bothered with. He actually watched their Netflix documentary.
I watched the Harry and Meghan Netflix documentary. Now, I'll be honest with you, before I watched it, I was not a fan of theirs. But now I've actually heard their side of the story, I hate them.
6 hours of their content had the opposite effect. It turned neutral viewers into active haters. That takes special talent.
They started off and they're making interesting points about racism and misogyny. Then they start calling each other H&M, and I just thought, oh, do off.
They almost had people with legitimate points about racism and misogyny. Then they ruined it with performative cringe that made everyone forget the real issues.
Harry starts describing this one date with Meghan as the night, let me quote you here, me and M pulled the pin on a fun grenade. I actually started rooting for Prince Andrew.
Harry's writing is so pretentious, it makes Prince Andrew look sympathetic. That should be impossible, but somehow he managed it.
Harry says, how do you explain to someone who just started dating that they have to curtsy to your own grandmother?
How do you explain that you bow to your grandmother and that you will need to curtsy, especially to an American? Like, that's weird.
And I'm thinking, maybe just tell her that your grandmother is the queen.
How do you not know the queen needs a curtsy? It's literally her job title. The ignorance was either fake or embarrassing.
Yeah, they were very worried about their safety, which I get that aspect of things. After 6 episodes, I wanted to attack them.
Creating content so insufferable that viewers side with your security threats. Netflix should have demanded a refund. But while comedians were mocking the documentary, Bill Maher was diagnosing the deeper problem with Harry and Meghan's entire act.
They want it both ways. You know, you can't be, these people were so mean to us and poor us, and we don't want all this attention, and then let me write a book about how much we don't want attention.
Writing a tell-all book about how much you hate attention is like starting a podcast about why you hate talking. The logic breaks itself.
They just strike me as creatures of that generation. You know, you're just fragile. Just take a hint from the Queen, the recently departed.
Never complain, never explain, and rarely be heard speaking in public.
Bill compared them to the Queen, who never explained, never complained, just ruled. Meanwhile, these two can't stop talking about their feelings long enough to realize nobody cares.
You're complaining about your hard life, and you're so privileged. It's just so weird.
It's ridiculous. I totally agree.
Complaining about privilege while sitting on millions is peak delusion. Bill saw right through the performance to the entitlement underneath.
And I will not bend the knee and just go along with the nonsense. That's what's so annoying about them. The most of all, they insist that you go along with their nonsense and their insanity and their fragility.
They demand everyone validate their fragility. Bill refused to play along, and that's what made them so angry. While Bill was analyzing their psychology, Jimmy Kimmel was destroying their biggest excuse for leaving.
Harry said racism was a big part of their decision to leave, which things are bad at Buckingham Palace if they came to America to get away from racism.
Coming to America to escape racism is like moving to Vegas for the quiet lifestyle. Kimmel exposed how ridiculous their reasoning was from day one.
Prince Harry, whose memoir just broke the Guinness record for fastest selling nonfiction book of all time. The story of Prince Harold and his frozen yogurt slinger is so popular, they're now releasing a version for kids. I don't know if you know about this. It's a twist on The Princess and the Pea. It's called The Prince and the Penis, and it's
Harry wrote 600 pages of family drama, and Kimmel reduced it to a children's book about his frozen penis. That's how seriously Hollywood takes his literary career. Meanwhile, Jimmy Fallon found something even more ridiculous: Meghan's lifestyle brand.
Why does Meghan Markle make her own pretzel bags?
They don't know why.
That's interesting. She takes it from one bag and puts it in another bag.
Another bag.
And that confuses people.
This, we're just gonna put into a different bag.
What?
The pretzel bag incident became legendary. She literally repackaged snacks and called it content. Fallon couldn't believe this was real life.
The 60 Minutes interview was a great chance to hear Harry and Meghan's story in case you missed their 2-hour sit-down with Oprah or their 6-part Netflix documentary.
They did Oprah, Netflix, 60 Minutes, and kept claiming they wanted privacy. Fallon pointed out what everyone was thinking: pick a lane. Even Stephen Colbert couldn't resist one perfect jab.
Meghan Markle has finally revealed why she and Prince Harry call each other M and H.
And he'll say M and you'll say H and your friends say M and it just is a thing.
It's a thing.
And do you both love it?
Yes, and I like nicknames a lot.
What could it be? A mystery for the ages.
The H&M nicknames trying to make them sound like a fashion brand instead of desperate ex-royals. Colbert nailed how hard they were trying to seem important, but nobody destroyed their attempt at relevance quite like Conan O'Brien, who found comedy gold in their wax figures.
Now, I was curious what they did with Harry and Meghan's wax figures, so I found a museum employee who's temporarily storing them.
Even their wax figures became homeless when the museum didn't want them. That's a new level of rejection.
Oliver, you have generously offered to keep the wax figures of Harry and Meghan safe.
Yeah, that's correct. And if I may, I would just like to say that I'm definitely not using the wax figures for sex stuff.
Conan built an entire bit around how creepy people get with their wax figures. The joke works because everyone knows Harry and Meghan have become that irrelevant.
They are in a loving home, and I treat them better than the museum ever did. They didn't appreciate Meghan's soft hands or Harry's supple lips.
When wax versions of you are getting more action than your actual careers, it's time to reassess. Conan made them into props for a sex joke because that's all they're worth now.
And he's like, no, I really am a middleman for jars of jam.
He works for Meghan Markle.
Yes.
Really tiny jams, harvestable jams.
Yes, exactly.
Made from the oils of Montecito.
Meghan's jam business became the perfect metaphor for their entire existence. Overpriced, unnecessary, and desperately trying to seem sophisticated. Conan saw it immediately. But if live action mockery wasn't enough, the Prince animated series turned them into cartoon villains.
We have to get jobs. I have to start auditioning again.
Oh yes, you were on the very famous show Suits. More popular in the States than even Friends, you told us.
Yeah, I might have oversold that a little bit at the time.
Look, I love you and I'm willing to do whatever I need to do in order to be with you, Meghan.
Aw, and I love you too. I think it's important we do this ourselves, Harry, and not live off your family.
I agree. We'll just have to find a way to make £50 billion on our own.
The show exposed the truth. Meghan oversold Suits like it was bigger than Friends. Harry believed her because he'd never seen American TV. The con was perfect.
Sorry, I've got an out call in Shoreditch at 9. Excuse me. Sorry. Can someone call me a cab?
He seems to be doing well.
What the fuck is going on with Harry?
I feel like the focus is starting to shift off of me. Maybe in editing you'll fix it.
Dad, do you have any cash for a cab? Oh, look. Grandma's on the money. I never noticed that before.
Yeah, can we do this whole dinner again?
This captures every public appearance perfectly. Harry looks confused while Meghan checks if the cameras are rolling. She's directing her own reality show in real time.
Okay, we're gonna go to the phones. Caller, what's your question?
My question is for Meghan. Meghan, besides holder of briefcase 24 on Deal or No Deal, what do you think your most impactful role was?
Is this George?
The Prince went straight for her resume, and it's brutal because there's nothing else there. Every other royal married someone with actual accomplishments.
So yeah, we're hoping the ketchups and mustards are going to be sold at Whole Foods, which, you know, would be huge. Oh, and they're all organic in case anyone was wondering.
We weren't. That's 2 today.
Launching random products nobody asked for while expecting royal treatment for them. The entitlement is staggering even in cartoon form.
I'm sorry, I'm just really stressed. We're completely out of money.
Maybe it's time we dip into your fortune from Suits.
There is no fortune from Suits. I don't know what to do. How are we going to pay for school for Archie?
I have to tell you, I never realized so many things cost money. Like this chicken. I bet you had to pay for it.
Cereal. And yes, you have to pay for everything, Harry. Life is hard. Most people struggle.
I have red hair. I know struggle.
The show perfectly captured how Meghan handles everything while Harry stumbles through basic life. She's running the business while he's the confused mascot they wheel out for sympathy. Even cartoons can't pretend Meghan and Kate get along. The fake sisterhood narrative died the moment Meghan realized she'd never be the main character in the royal story. But the most devastating takedown came from Chris Rock, who destroyed her entire victim narrative in one Netflix special.
Gone on Oprah, I didn't know. I had no idea how racist they were. It's the royal family. You didn't Google these motherfuckers?
Chris asked the question everyone was too scared to say out loud. You married the royal family and didn't expect any of this? Either she's lying or she's genuinely that stupid.
What the f is she talking about? She didn't know. The fuck? It's the royal family. They're the original racists.
Calling them the original racists isn't even controversial, it's historical fact. Acting shocked about it is like being surprised water is wet.
That's like marrying into the Budweiser family and going, they drink a lot. This motherfucker invested in slavery like it was Shark Tank.
The slavery investment comparison hit different because it's actually true. These people colonized half the planet, and she expected woke grandparents.
They're so racist. They wanted to know how brown the baby's gonna be. I'm like, that's not racist. Because even black people want to know how brown the baby gonna be. Shit.
Chris destroyed the whole racist baby question controversy by pointing out black families asked the same thing. She turned normal curiosity into an international incident for sympathy points. Even John Oliver, who usually stays neutral on celebrity drama, couldn't hold back.
I don't think they will change because I don't think they have the capacity to, but they obviously should.
When John Oliver says you're fundamentally broken and can't change, that's not comedy anymore. That's a professional assessment of your character flaws. And when animated shows started piling on, they didn't need to hold back like real people do. Family Guy went straight for the Netflix deal.
Sir, your millions from Netflix for no one knows what.
Put it with the rest of them.
Millions from Netflix, and nobody can explain what they actually produce. Even cartoon characters think it's a scam.
Babe, time to do our daily $250,000 sponsored Instagram post for Del Taco.
I shouldn't have left the made-up nonsense.
From royal duties to hawking Del Taco on Instagram, Family Guy showed the tragic downgrade in Harry's life choices, and his regret is written all over it. But South Park created the most viral takedown with an entire episode dedicated to their hypocrisy.
So let me start with you, Sam. You've lived a life with the royal family, you've had everything handed to you, but you say your life has been hard, and now you've written all about it in your new book, When?
They turned Harry's memoir into a children's book about whining, because that's what it actually is. 600 pages of wealthy complaining dressed up as literature.
We just want to be normal people. All this attention is so hard. Isn't it true, sir, that your questionable wife has her own TV show and hangs out with celebrities and does fashion magazines?
South Park exposed the core contradiction, claiming to want privacy while Meghan's doing magazine covers and TV shows. The logic never existed.
What are you suggesting? Well, I just think some people might say that your Instagram-loving wife actually doesn't want her privacy. How dare you, sir? My Instagram-loving wife has always wanted her privacy!
The Instagram-loving wife wanting privacy became the episode's running joke. They called out the obvious lie everyone else was too polite to mention.
To hell with Canada! We are leaving! We'll go find some quiet place where we can be normal people! Come on, wife! We want privacy! We want privacy!
A worldwide privacy tour is the perfect satire because it's barely different from their actual behavior. South Park didn't need to exaggerate anything.
Look at this town. There's just something about it. Oh, darling, I think this might be the place. It's so quiet and empty here. If we moved here, then people would think we're really serious about wanting to be normal.
Looking for somewhere quiet while filming everything for content. South Park nailed exactly how stupid their privacy tour was. But the British weren't done. Spitting Image created the most brutal puppet massacre ever aired.
I'm Megan Sussex, and I'm a good person. And I'm meeting another good person today, the wonderful Ariana Grande.
Oh my God, Megan, you're such a good person.
Yes, that's why I'm going to talk to you like you're an idiot.
They showed Meghan pretending to be humble while treating everyone like idiots. That fake nice act is her whole personality.
I'm preparing my guests some soul food that my British husband calls a packet of crisps. Can be a tricky dish to master, especially when a packet is being Oh my God, you've been knocked down by the crisps. So vulnerable, I love it.
I'm just down here holding space.
And now, the finishing touches. A flower.
Making gourmet soul food that's actually just chips with a flower on it. This is exactly what her lifestyle brand is. Basic stuff pretending to be special.
Like and subscribe to learn how to breathe. How, as a finishing touch, sticking flowers on anything means you made it with love. And I share the secret to a happy marriage. Fuck's sake, H! Don't make me get the electric color out.
Sorry, love. I think my arm's gone dead.
Teaching people how to breathe like it's revolutionary content. She's monetizing basic human functions, and people are actually buying it.
Now for the tricky part. Place in microwave. What is microwave? I don't think we have any of that. Harry? Do we have any microwave?
It's a microwave, silly.
Don't talk to me like that, you bitch! I'm a fucking duchess! Ugh! Ugh! Shake that off!
Oh!
She can't even pronounce microwave correctly and loses it when her guest corrects her. That Duchess title goes straight to her head when anyone challenges her.
In California, we're just a regular couple living close to Oprah and far from the paparazzi. But not too far.
They live next to Oprah but swear they want privacy. The puppet showed what we all know. They want fame, just on their terms.
The best thing is, no more following Granny's rules. Don't wear your pants on your head, Harry. Don't bath on the butler, Harry. If I want to play polo in my living room, who's gonna stop me?
Stop that!
Right away, Megs.
Harry can't even play polo in his own house without permission. The British puppet said what Americans were too polite to. She owns him completely. So there you have it. Every major celebrity who publicly disrespected Meghan Markle, from Golden Globe hosts to banned puppet shows, the entire entertainment industry has her number. Did they go too far, or did she earn every single joke? Let me know in the comments. And if I missed any brutal takedowns, drop them below. Subscribe for more celebrity drama.